Here are 3 of the craziest builds on the workshop. Today we're going to be looking and seeing what makes all of these and more so crazy. Starting off with this Herbie that is just crazy. Look at the amount of detail in this thing. Let's get right into it. So first off, just a walk around the outside. You can see all of the details. All the curves are so smooth, and there's just so many small details like that handle. It's got one mirror here on this side and not another mirror on that side, which I'm assuming is accurate to the real thing. The details just go on and on. I don't even know how some of these things work, but it's just crazy. You can see the amount of work and effort that was put into this build, and that's only the outside. I mean, let's hop right on into the inside. So right off the bat, it has 2 independent seats like a real car. So this seat, which is the passenger seat, I can't do anything from. It is simply just a seat. But if we move on over to the other side, we have a fully fledged interior seat with multiple gears, working gas and brake pedals, and it's just insane. The Herbie also goes very quickly. You can see on the side there's a working dash. I mean, there's a proper stick shift in the middle that allows you to switch gears. Goes down the further the faster you're going. That's just insane. It's got a brake. If I press space, it slides us to a halt, and we're locked in park brake. We can see through that mirror. We can't see out the other side, but once again, Herbie was kind of a wreck car, if I remember correctly. It's just insane the amount of detail that's gone into this crazy build. It's not even massive. Like, often detailed cars have to be huge, and Herbie has just turned it so elegantly in a proper proportions. Details even like this back bumper that are just bent to make it look ever so slightly that million times better. This is a awesome car and definitely deserves a position on this list. Next up, we have the BMW 190e. Crazy combination of function and fashion. This car has so many small details, like the thin roof, double tires, intakes on the side that just make the curves pop, a rear wing that is absolutely clean as can be, and crazy drifting skill. We got a nice flat pad here. We can do some clean drifts. The car handles so nicely. A little bit of carving here. I mean, it's just an eloquent car with absolutely beautiful function. It's perfectly proportionate too. It looks like just the right size for the character, and even the things like the lights have decals on them that just make it look so much better. Next up, we have the Tesla Cybertruck. That honestly just looks so good. I really appreciate the angles here, and it looks like the actual Tesla Cybertruck. It also has a crazy amount of suspension underneath, which allows this beast to go off-roading. And you might have noticed all the sensors. This thing comes with full self-driving that allows it to steer around any objects in the way. You can also manually override, so if I take this right towards this sign here, we'll watch as it catches it, backs up, turns, and then proceeds with caution. It's kind of crazy that people can get this much logic into a build. I really don't know how they do it. Another fun feature in this car is the interior. It's got a functioning steering wheel. It's got fake other seats so that they just look good, and then that means that you also always get in the driver's seat when you try to get in the vehicle, which is honestly super helpful, especially when playing single player. Let's take it off a ramp and test this suspension. Oh yeah, barely anything. I mean, I landed on my nose a little bit, but that's okay. We'll try this again. It's not the fastest vehicle in the world, but it is full self-driving, and it does look super clean. So definitely deserves a position on this list. Next up, we have Mater. Can we just take a second to appreciate how clean this looks? I mean, Mater, he's got all them decals that just make it look so much better. This is a crazy example of a build that's not detailed by the amount of blocks that they have put together and whatnot, but by the amount of decals that just make the build feel so much like what they were going for. This is honestly one of the best Mater I've ever seen. I love the small details too, like the broken light on the top, the one light and the broken light and the teeth. Everything just pulls together to just shout Mater. And even with like the double hook on the back, because we can't have centered things in this game, it fits in so well. The sirens pull everything off. I'm just in awe by the decal work and the block selection and everything in this car, including making it function. He has flipping over tendencies. But that is fine because with the loose suspension, it means that when you drive him around, he's so loose and he wobbles back and forth just like Mater does, making him feel so much natural. This really brings back my memories of cars. In fact, maybe I'll go watch it right now. Who knows? But I love just the bounciness and the fact that Mater can reverse. The lights come on, everything works. It's just so fun. Oh, Mater, always be flipping. Next up, we have this car, and it is absolutely insane. Now, it just looks beautiful. I mean, it is clean. Not the cleanest car on this list, but it is clean. The magic starts when we hop on inside. Yeah, you can see a sneak peek of it right there. Let's get in. This car is a full manual car inside Trailmakers. I cannot explain how this works because A, I don't know how to drive manual in real life, and B, it's in Trailmakers. The logic must be insane. Anyways, I'm going to try to show how this car works. To start it up, you need to press V to put the clutch down. Then you need to push forward on the arrow keys and put it in first gear. Now you can turn on the engine with shift and you can drive. Yep, but the thing is, we are in first gear and we can't go too fast in first gear or we'll blow out the engine. So we'll drive, put down the clutch, move it into second gear, and now we can keep going a little faster. Put it into third gear, keep going, put the clutch down, put it into fourth gear, going even faster, put the clutch down, forward to the left. Now we're in fifth gear. This car is absolutely insane. Bring it down into sixth gear, and now we are going full speed. This is absolutely crazy. We're gonna stomp on the brakes. Oh shoot, I just stalled the car. Yep, this car is so detailed that you can stall it, which means I'm gonna have to put the clutch down, put it back in first, and then press shift. Release the clutch, we are back in first. Well, this car does have reverse, but I cannot figure out how to use it. Let's blow this engine out, because in fact, can do that if you rev it too high. Put it into first. This is the most complicated car I've ever seen. Put it into first. Okay, here we go. Let's move out. Let's try shifting into second, shifting into third, shifting into fourth. Okay, we're gonna shift into fifth. We're gonna shift into sixth. We're going max speed now, and we're gonna shift back into first gear. Oh my goodness. One other thing with this car is that white light right there. That white light is your gas. You can run out of fuel if you drive the car too long, and in order to fill it up, you need to take it to the gas station. Next up, we have this insane flying car. Now, it looks like a car, it handles like a car, it is absolutely beautiful as a car, but if we take it, it goes fast, it goes hard, and when you press T, I crashed it. And if you press T, it transforms, the wheels come down, and bam, it can fly. This is one of the cleanest flying cars I've seen in a long time. Usually, flying cars just have a lot of holes in them. They don't look very good, or they don't function very well. But this flying car does both. It functions great. It's very quickly. It looks good, and it transforms. Let's see if we can do a hoop of fire. No. Okay, arguably that was not the best hoop of fire to go for. But we'll do a little bit of ground driving just to show how well it performs. A clean drift right there. Obviously it does not like the dirt because of the tires it has, but can't really blame it for that. It's clean and it's fast and it actually drifts quite nicely. Let's see, can we get them donuts going again? Oh no, not into the dirt. Not into the dirt. Well, it clearly does not like driving on the dirt. But you know what you can do when you're in dirt? Press T, and look at that, you're flying. It's actually surprisingly controllable too, considering there's no visible vertical stabilizers, there's no visible wings or anything. It flies, and it feels so natural, which doesn't make any sense because it's a car. Next up, we have this insane hypercar. Now, it's not based off any hypercar, but it does have some crazy features that just make it look absolutely wonderful. So first off, you just got all of these well put together designs that aren't even glitched. Like, there's a few things, a little sneak peeks back there, but those aren't glitches. Those actually have function. So it's incredibly impressive considering there's no real glitches going on here. and it handles quite well. It's got active aero wing in the back, which I just love. It looks so good. Get some air brake in there. It has adjustable speed, so depending on how fast you're going, it actually lowers more. If I slow down a little bit, it goes up higher to give extra downforce around the corners. But then when you're going straight on the straightaway, it just brings it right down. This is an absolutely crazy handling car, but it has more features. So you stop your car. If you want to get out, you need to open the door. Bam, bam, Lambo doors. Yup, those are the cleanest Lambo doors I think I have ever seen in Trailmakers. They are just so clean. But also, you want to look at the engine of your beautiful hypercar? Well, press Z. Look at that. It opens up to a custom built engine in there that is just chef's kiss. If we use F5, we can really appreciate just how beautiful this engine is. Pipes and engine blocks, and like, it's just a mix of the most beautiful parts to make it look absolutely as nice as can be. I don't know how to put this into words. The engine in this car is just so beautiful. Well, now that we have looked at some of the craziest cars on the workshop, why don't we do one more build? This build is the only build on the list that is not a car, but it is one of the best builds any Trailmakers player could ever build. The Pineapple Bomb. Thank you guys so much for making it this far in the video. If you did enjoy it, why not consider subscribing, going down into the comments, letting me know what your favorite build was and what I should do next time. Anyways, until next time, see ya!